like to welcome everybody to another edition of Happy Hour Wednesday, and I'm really excited because I've got my friend here, Molly Semenik from Livingston, Montana, who's coming down teaching a school, a ladies fly fishing school. It's our one opportunity a year to get together. And
once a year?
Yep, so welcome.
Thank you.
We have some nice weather for you for a change.
Yeah, I've been snowed on for way too long.
So I know I met you, how long ago did we meet?
It had to be probably
20 years? It's like
25, 26 years ago.
Yeah, it's a long time.
Yeah.
And your dad was your inspiration kind of to get you into the sport, so to speak, but still it's not a path that most women these days take as far as following fly fishing. So kind of what got you lit up?
Well, with my dad it was the adventure because I lived in Detroit, suburbs of Detroit, and my dad would read magazines. That was his only source of information. And he heard about the green, and he wanted to fish the green. And you sold me my Teton.
Oh, I remember that.
Teton rod, my first Western rod.
You still have it?
Yes, I do, because it was my first Western rod. And we started fishing the green, and it was that opportunity to be with him, to be in a beautiful place, and it was the adventure of the unknown. And then we just started traveling all over the place. We did that for 30 years.
I mean, you've kind of taken, you've really excelled in the sport, but that's not common for most women these days. And for us, you and I have talked about this a lot, but I've always felt I've never gotten, because to me it seems like such a natural fit
for women.
For women. And we still struggle to inspire women to get in the sport as far as that goes.
I don't understand why there aren't more women in the sport. We can certainly do it. It doesn't require a lot of muscle mass. It just requires certainly a passion that is relentless. A lot of confidence that you can do it, and that you can teach it, and that you can row a boat or you can guide. And I just think you just have to have the dream and know that you can do it.
And maybe it's just the fact that, a lot of women are immersed in the outdoors, when they're initially brought up as far as that goes. And maybe that's the part that, where the seed's not planted at a young age.
I think you're right.
So then, when you kind of start to plant the seed, it's a lot of them have a hard time, because to me it's the one thing I love about the sport, and I've always loved about the sport, is that you can, and it's one of the few activities that are like this, you can cater to what works for you in a lot of different areas.
Right.
And whether that means taking a nap on the bank for the day and calling that a day of fishing, or
right.
Going out catching a bunch of fish, tying flies,
packing a nice lunch,
traveling the world, eating beans and and rice for whatever, and it offers. That's always been one of the attractive things to me, and it can change from week to week, day to day.
Right.
And it can be an hour of fishing, or it can be a trip to Argentina, or whatever.
I think that what I've seen over the years, and I teach probably 100 to 200 women a year, is for the beginners initially. They often feel that they're not going to be able to do it, that it's going to be too hard. Mm-hmm. So exposing beginners to the sport is critical, and making sure that it's fun, and just what you said, that they make the day their day. It doesn't have to be somebody else's day. It's their day.
Right.
If you want to fish for 4 hours and then go to Nordstrom's afterwards, go for it. It doesn't have to be an 8-hour day.
Yeah. And your classes, what was this, the third year? So you're a master FFF certified instructor.
Yep.
You're a licensed Montana guide.
And outfitter.
Yeah.
I'm on the casting board of governors for the Federation of Fly Fishers.
Which is awesome.
Yep.
So kind of you took it to a level that few in the sport take, let alone being a woman. You took it to a level that very few have taken the time and effort to really excel at. And we need, there aren't a lot of mentors like, you become a mentor to a lot of people.
Yes.
And a student of the sport, there aren't a lot that are like that.
It
And so
it is the entire sport. It's the casting, it's the bugs, it's the sharing of knowledge. I mean, at a point right now, I enjoy teaching more than I do fishing. Just to get somebody excited about the sport, just is all I need.
I haven't gotten it.
You haven't gotten
I
there?
love to teach, but you give me a nose up.
Well, yeah, that's true too. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. When you're teaching on the river and there's a fish rising over there,
Yeah.
it's really hard not to grab the rod and go catch it. But you can't do that.
No,
But
I
I
do
think-
love this. I like, and I like to share like you, and I understand where you're coming from. But I also think that it's really important, and with some people, they lose this. It's really important to have that synergy or whatever you want to call it for after doing it for so long to go fishing still.
I don't know why it won't go away. It does not go away.
You know, I don't fish.
We're lucky.
I don't fish near as much as what I used to. You know, and so a lot of people think, well, you know, he doesn't fish much anymore. He's really not into it. He's just doing the business. I get more excited about fishing now than I ever have been.
Really?
Yeah. Like when I go, when I can go and just fish, I'm as lit up as I ever am. But but I'm not lit up to go out every single day. You know, like there's specific fish I want to go after, or there's specific places I want to go fish. So there's, you know, it's more now like challenges or things like that. And then there's the preparation, whether it's time flies or anything else that goes into it as well. But I'm as lit up to go fishing.
We're lucky.
Yeah, no, we're really
lucky.
And I'm very passionate about it. I mean, like you said, I don't know if it is, I don't think it will. And people told me you're going to, same as you, when you start your business, you're going to lose it. And it's like,
I haven't. I have to be careful. I have to be careful not to fish too much.
yeah.
But the professional
That's a good problem
thing,
to have.
yeah. The professional thing, I really, as a woman, it's such a great profession.
Yeah.
Because I have my own business. I can do what I want with it. I can schedule myself the way that I want to schedule myself. But you've got to do it all. You've got to be an instructor, you've got to be a guide, you've got to be a writer, you've got to be a photographer. You've got to do it all.
Got to be a caregiver.
You've got to be IT, you've got to be a caregiver, you've got to be a psychologist.
One of my favorite lines in
Conservationist.
here, you know, they come in, they go, boy, these rods are expensive. It's like, well, it's cheaper than therapy, you know, so.
That's right.
Pick your poison. Well, thanks for coming. Again,
Yeah.
it's a pleasure having you down here.
It's always fun to teach in Salt Lake City, and the women that we had today were awesome.
Look forward
They had fun.
Yeah. Even though it was a nasty day out
It
there.
was
but
nasty, but they had
part of the
fun,
deal.
and they are ready to go tomorrow. They're ready.
Cool. Well, and the weather looks nice, so
Good.
we'll keep our fingers crossed.
All
Cheers.
right, cheers.
Thanks.
Nice.